Hi everyone, my name is Olivia Sandra Chuma and you're welcome to another exciting episode of the Afrocentric Round Table. Today we'll be talking about the art of steady improvement in the modeling and fashion industry. So here with me I have Abiola Dari. She's the CEO of Rani Collections. Welcome to the studio today.
Thank you.
And here I have with me Irene Ajayi. She's a top fashion model. She's a season 2 winner of Fashion Mode reality show. I'll call her a millionaire because she is a millionaire at this point. And last but not the least, I have with me Sarakudi Azizat Yinka. She is the season 1 winner of Fashion Mode reality show. She's a top fashion model also and also an entrepreneur. Nice to have you lovely ladies with me today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, well, you guys are looking, cuter than me, but I'll try to adjust to your levels. So I'm going to start with you, Abiola. How do you, as a fashion designer, improve yourself in the fashion industry? Because, it's really tough to be a female in the fashion industry. How do you think, how would you be able to improve yourself in this industry in Nigeria and Africa? How would you be able to improve yourself to get to the international level that obviously you would want to get to?
First, you would want to increase how much effort and time you put into creative process, because fashion is ever evolving, and if you don't keep up with the trend, you're going to lose it. So let's say, for example, there was a time Oleku was the Vogue, right? And people didn't want to wear the long buba and all of that. And it was Oleku. If, as a fashion designer, you decide not to evolve or learn how to make that particular piece, then you're going to be left behind. So for me, I would say constantly take courses to improve your creative juices, keep it running, and then also don't leave the business aspect of your business in the background, because at the end of the day, the creative part is 20% and business is 80%.
Okay.
If you're not good in the business part, you're not taking courses, you're not making sure your bookkeeping is up to date and all of that, your staff, they are working hand in hand to make sure that the brand is moving forward, then you're going to run out of business and go extinct.
Thank you. So Irene, being the current winner of Fashion Mode reality show, I can see your pictures on Instagram and whatnot. I see you're doing a lot of interviews and taking pictures and going for stuff. So how do you tend to improve yourself? Like, you're here now, how do you think you'll be able to improve yourself to get to the next level that you would want to be?
Oh, okay. I know that I'm planning. Definitely, if you don't plan, you're setting yourself up to fail. So I'm making a lot of plans at the moment, and very soon you soon start to see some of these plans materializing. But strategically, I'm doing some shoots, I'm doing some interviews, like you said, some media runs and all of that, to be able to keep myself relevant, because it's one thing to just win and you just fade out. It's another thing to actually keep yourself relevant and be able to use the platform or make something out of the platform. Excuse me. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm working with a lot of photographers behind the scenes, working with a lot of clients, fashion designers, a lot of people, so that I can create content. I'm also taking my social media more seriously now. So I have days where I create content for Instagram, where I create content for YouTube and all of that. So like I said, I have to plan it out, but very soon you soon start to see all those things. This is just like the planning phase, but it's emotion, small, just sweet.
All right, so we'll keep our fingers crossed on that.
Yeah.
Well, Sarah Kudi, we also know that you were a former winner of Fashion Mode reality show, and also on Instagram, I could see a lot of things that you've been doing and the things you're still doing in the industry as a model and as an entrepreneur. So what processes do you think it took for you to get there, and what do you think you would do to improve more?
Basically, during my season, a lot of issues happened with the whole pandemic, coronavirus, and everything. But now that we're fully back on track, to basically improve my craft is using the social media marketing basically. Now it's now difficult for designers to actually call on models now and say, okay, I want to use it, because nobody's actually seeing, but people are watching through social media right now. So basically what I did recently was to actually clear all my social media pages and I started afresh again with some new content, new me, because basically I wasn't the old social media, TikTok, whatever. But right now I'm building myself to be a model influencer, not just a model.
Okay.
So that's basically what I'm working on right now.
Okay, so do you think there's been any challenges throughout your journey of
There have been, because there are companies that I have to write to, there are companies that will write to me, and their terms and conditions I'm just okay. And for some reasons I have to turn down some agreements or some offers, because it's gonna tell on my brand if I go for such. Let me give an example of being a dark skin model and a bleaching company is coming to me. It's
true.
I'm not in favor of that, so I have to turn down such agreements. That's just it.
Okay, well, talking about branding, Irene, do you feel like there's been any challenges that's come to you in the process of you trying to brand?
Definitely, there have been challenges. For instance, there's a way some social media pages look that is enticing, and when you're talking about branding yourself, you don't want to make a mistake by either maybe trying to follow a trend of how some people are, presenting themselves. So that there's the challenge of actually finding your own space, your own style, and creating it and making sure that it's unique, it's you. So for that now, I don't want to say I'm having a little bit of challenge with that, because the way my page was before, it wasn't like a blogger's page where you see white here, this here, that. Like I just post. I have a pattern to posting, but I just post. But as you grow older, you realize that some of these things you can't do what you were doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You can't keep up with that. So definitely branding myself has to do with that, and then that's just about posting. There's also the side to the type of shoots that I now do. If I wasn't doing this before, I have to start doing this now. If I was doing this before, I have to stop that. So I have to make sure that what I'm presenting out there is actually what I'm trying to portray. That okay, this kind of brand can reach out to me based on what I have put out here. True. So there's been challenge of what do I really want to put out there? What I don't want to confuse anybody, and I don't want anybody to understand. So I need them to understand that this is me. This is what I'm doing as a brand. This is what I'm focusing on. But I can also do this. So I can also do this too. But don't confuse it.
True. Yeah.
So that's the challenge I'm having now, trying to
lay the foundation.
Thank you.
Yeah, I get you. So Abiola, what do you do differently in your own person as a fashion designer? What do you do differently to kind of like improve when it comes to branding yourself in on Instagram and off social media?
Okay, I'm still learning, I would say, because excuse me, I've had to take a break because, like Irene said, you have to make sure that your brand identity works with your brand.
True.
So that you don't have to explain to somebody that this is what my brand stands for. When somebody encounters your brand, they already know this is a luxury brand, or this is a brand that caters for the masses, or something like that. For a model, okay, this is a model that does just commercial and all of that. So currently I'm also working on rebranding the brand, the social media presence, and then I'm a class junkie. I take a lot of classes just so sometimes even things I already know, I just might learn something new. So I'm passionate about learning, relearning. Most of my journey in the fashion world, I would say I didn't have like a formal education. I went to a fashion school or something. More than 90% of what I know I taught myself. Okay. So it might come from maybe getting a book on say pattern drafting, or a book on branding, or a book on business. I'm just very concerned about learning, and then it works for me. It might not work for the next person. It works for me. to learn on my own pace and then do things myself. Or of course, as the brand grows bigger, I would have to delegate and then get people to do specific things to make sure that everybody grows. The brand grows with the image.
Oh, that's very interesting. Well, guys, we've all heard from our three beautiful guests today. We're gonna go on a short break, and when we return, we'll be playing games. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. It's still the Afrocentrics Round Table, and I'm here with these three beautiful and amazing personalities. Now is the time for us to play games. We'll be playing a game of letters. I'll call out a letter, an alphabet, and they would give me the name of a fashion designer or designers and the name of a fashion model. So I am going to start with fashion designer that you know. A top fashion designer that you know that the name starts with H. So I'll start with you, Sarah Kudi.
House of Jadara.
Huh?
House of Jadara.
Okay, when did this person come into existence?
She's a Nigerian designer actually. She's one of the top model designers in the industry. She deals with all sorts of.
Also,
House of Jadara.
okay, Irene.
H&M.
H&M. Okay, everybody knows H&M, obviously. Do you know when it was founded?
Wow. That's a lot.
Okay, let's go with you.
Hermes.
Hermes.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody knows Hermes. Okay, so we'll go for fashion models. I'll go with. I'm trying to pick out one. W. I know one.
Fashion who? Fashion model.
Fashion model.
Let's just go.
So let's start. No, let's start with you. Go.
Okay, I know one. Winnie Harlow.
Okay, I was like, I feel like that was the only
Okay,
person who
that's the only person I actually knew too.
All right, thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Thank
I really
you.
have fun talking to you guys and
Thanks
playing
for
games
having
with you.
us.
Well, guys, there you have it. They've all told us about how they've been able to improve themselves in their modeling and fashion industry. Well, until I see you next time, I remain Olivia Sandra. Have a lovely day.
Bye.